Hi, teammates. Let's dive into some mysteries. As we know, Into the Ocean Blue, Kenya, the article about the whale shark represents the sign of the people. And that was in March of 2018, that article came out. And that could represent a lot of things, but I think it represents the time of the Jesse symbol being fulfilled as Hermes, as all the people coming together for the information. And today we're going to look at the Trogloraptor spirits. What I see is Jason Lezak goes to the dungeon once a week. That's his sacrifice for the sons of Belial. He goes to the dungeon and gets beat up once a week. And he's done that for a while. And that also represents the spirit of Cain. And I did a big study on Cain this morning and found out a lot of stuff and how it relates to Kawab, who we're going to show today. But that's the Jason Lezak spirit, is the, kind of like the day of sacrifice. Well, that's his sacrifice, is to get beat up. And that has similarities with Cain as well. That was like Cain's sacrifice. It's hidden in there in the text. I'm sure in the Hebrew it's easier to find, but I can't read Hebrew, so I don't know. But Seth MacFarlane represents the rest of these spirits here. TH equals Graham B. Graham equals war, and Scad is the bees. That's the spirit of the scarab, because those were two opposites. One, I nearly strained my IT band on my knee, and then at SCAD I got ART and got it all fixed. Active release technique. So Mac is represented by Old Painless, the gun that he takes up for Jesse Ventura, and that represents the seahorse, because my dad represents the gold part of the Nebuchadnezzar statue, and as Cornelius Court, which was one of his reincarnations, and the stone that's cut out of the mountain without hands, there's two that are mentioned there that's kind of hidden in the text, and my dad is one of them that smites it upon its feet, and the rest are taken with the wind as chaff, and he became a great mountain and filled the whole earth, represents the rainbow pyramid in the underworld, and having all the ancient histories to come up with matrices for the fallen angels that will be trapped in the underworld. So you can take that to the Lord for confirmation. And then Farlane is the G, Pyrenees Mountains, Gabriel. I believe one of my friends that I swam with is Gabriel, and his name is actually Michael, so it's kind of, reverse effect. But yeah, that's what I think. And I know I said that the dog star people that receive those body parts basically are the three magi. And I know I said they only have two incarnations, but I think it means that they only had to come to Earth twice, but they chose to have like totems and to come to Earth more than once, or more than twice, I mean. So I think that's what that means. Then Patrick Swayze is the Metrosideros polymorpha, which is a type of plant, and that's also represented by Lono. And he didn't walk as Willie and Carl in Ghost film, equals the Phoenix. And that this represents Kawab. Didn't get with sister. Sons were from Ethiopia and daughter from Ethiopia. This is Kawab from, I believe it's 4th Dynasty Egypt. I may be wrong on that, but look up Kawab from Egypt. When Patrick Swayze died, he had his ashes spread over his New Mexico ranch, and that represents that he was EA, or got walked on as Vincent Schiavelli walked on him. And that also has a parallel to how I was, you know, I don't want to say attacked, but just part of my fight that I got in with the tier figure in California. It was kind of like the same type of deal as that part, the Vincent Schiavelli's part of the Ghost film. So just some information there. And then Aeola Secura, this means not as fallen angels. The Aeol, kids from Ethiopia, and with sister for show. Remember that Kawab was mobbing in Egypt, and to have these three in Egypt is a huge deal, and that's why he represents the blade figure, the Metrosideros polymorpha. It's like all work and no play type deal, just like The Shining, because he's got none of their weaknesses because he fulfilled all these. And Ayla Secura has two Ganesha trunks in her hair, and that are as her hair, and Blue Woman Jedi is her form. So this is like a huge deal, and I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. It could be me. It could be somebody else, but this is the Trogloraptor spirits, and this is a huge deal to have these three right here in Egypt during that time, Kawab, and represented by the Patrick Swayze. Okay, and then to have all these with it, it's interesting to say the least. So just take all this to the Lord and thank you, and keep faith with Lord Jesus. And I know there's a lot going on. The dates are looking crazy. It's been since May 27th has been the drop, as in no man's land. So, every day just look at the Bible chapter that corresponds with that day, and you'll see the symbolism. So right now we're 27 days since the drop. So keep watch.